With over 740 million users, LinkedIn can be one of the most rewarding platforms for you and your business. Which is why today we're going to discuss how to go about your LinkedIn content creation strategy for your business, keeping in mind the LinkedIn algorithm along with some extra tips so you're ahead of the game. LinkedIn is all about professional content, and its algorithm takes into account personal connections, engagements, and relevance. Because LinkedIn has a slightly different audience as compared to other major platforms like Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, you will need to invest your time and resources into your campaign accordingly. Here's how you can build the perfect strategy for your LinkedIn. Firstly, ask yourself 3 questions. The first question you'll want to ask yourself is, who is my target audience? This is really important because number 1, you need to know who your content is for. Secondly, as I mentioned before, LinkedIn has a different audience than what you'll find on Facebook or Instagram. So take your time to figure out who you're targeting and be pretty clear about it. Build an audience persona, create an avatar, consider their demographics like their age, their gender, where they work, then geographics, where they live, and then psychographics. So that would be their personality, their interests, and what they value. And lastly, behavioral traits, where you determine their purchasing pattern or loyalty. Building the perfect target audience takes time. You can use analytics to perfect this over time. Now ask yourself, how do I want to position myself on LinkedIn? Do you want to be seen as a learner, an expert on a certain subject, or a thought leader? Since LinkedIn is a more serious and professional platform, try to brand yourself that way. If you're a humorous brand, that's fine. As long as you stick to your brand identity and share useful content, people will interact with it. When you're done answering the 2 questions, ask yourself, what do I want to achieve from LinkedIn? This could either be to grow your network and generate leads, use LinkedIn as a content distribution channel, or maybe position yourself as an expert to whom people will reach out if they need information regarding a niche. Once you have set a goal, remember that building relationship is the key to trust and brand loyalty. So work on that. We'll get to that in a bit. But first, optimize your page. Make sure your LinkedIn business page acts like a landing page. What I mean by that? Well, you need to make sure you have set up a proper display picture with the relevant logo. Set a cover to show an achievement, or go for something that shows what your brand is about. The About section should be clear, formatted, and simple to understand. People want quick but useful information, so try to skip the fluff and extremely long paragraphs. Stick to the main selling points, because when a potential customer visits your landing page, these are the 3 main questions they will ask themselves, and your page should be able to answer them. Is this page useful to me or my business? Is it credible? Is there an urgency to engage with this page? Is it beneficial to me at this moment? Create sub-pages to help your audience understand you better. You can create product page to share what you make, or a live page to share company images or show the personal side of your business. Customize them to your needs. When you have customized your page, it's time to strategically grow your network. LinkedIn offers you credits to business pages in order to avoid spam. But the good thing is, if someone accepts your connections, boom, you get that credit back. Connect with relevant thought leader or competitors because they could benefit you through journey, and there's always so much to learn, but don't forget to connect with the potential clients. Now moving on to the actual content strategy, the LinkedIn algorithm actually prefers niche content. So first off, grab a notepad or open up a sheet and brainstorm. Then slowly niche down topics you want to share with your audience. There are different ways to do that. You could rank the topics according to what you think would interest them the most. You could check out what your competitors are posting, or you could also start a topic of discussion on your page too. If the engagement is good, then you'll know it's a topic worth creating content around. Next, decide a voice and tone for your brand on LinkedIn. Something you would stick by. You could be sharing light-hearted content, or maybe have a more serious but helpful take on things. That depends on you. Now, determine what exactly is it that you want to make a part of your content strategy. Do you want to share stories? People love stories. They want personalization, a human touch, and LinkedIn is all about tapping the logical but emotional aspects as well. If someone can relate to your content, that's amazing. They will definitely be sharing their own experience, they will be sharing your content on their own pages and ultimately increasing engagement. You could also share case studies, news about your industry, brand updates, and so much more. It all depends on your brand. But let me share a few facts with you that can help you ease your decision making. Make sure you mix and match the type of content you share. By that I mean you should share good quality textual content. Sharing images increases the engagement by 2 times, and if you decide to make video marketing a part of your strategy, then videos and GIFs take it up to 5 times more engagement. LinkedIn recommends no more than 3 hashtags per post, so it will be in your interest to use niche down hashtags as well. As an example, instead of using hashtag management, you could narrow it down to project management. But that does not mean you should eliminate generic hashtags altogether. Keep a healthy mix. See what works for you. Join relevant groups where you can connect with the right people and share your content with them. You can get your employees involved as well, because personal accounts have greater chances of connecting with people than pages do. So your team can help address others' problems. In the past, it was easier to organically grow your reach, but due to the shifts in algorithm over the years, ads have become a major part of LinkedIn as well. Sponsored posts can help give you a boost. Try to avoid adding external links to your post because algorithm prefers content that keeps users on LinkedIn. A trick around that is to add links in the comments. LinkedIn lets you write articles from within the platform, and the great thing about that is that these articles show up in research engines as well. Use it to your advantage by writing personalized content with some great keyword research. An interesting tip for posting on LinkedIn is that the 5 to 3 to 2 rule. What's that? Well, if you're publishing around 10 posts, then 5 is the number of shared content like links, 3 is the number of original content you should be posting, and 2 is anything fun. That could be a poll or news about an exciting collaboration perhaps. The rule of thumb for publishing times on LinkedIn is to stick to business hours, which are usually between 9 to 6. But this highly depends on where your audience lives as well, so keep time zones in mind. 2 to 5 posts a week are an ideal content upload frequency. Lastly, go live. People love real-time interactions, real-time feedback, real-time information, so going live can humanize your business, meaning that people will be more interested in interacting with your business. LinkedIn is a whole universe itself, and if I sat down to explain it all, we would be here for days. So let's put a stop to this video here and let all this information sink in first. If you're interested in seeing a LinkedIn video for personal accounts, let me know, because that's a whole other story. Bye-bye.